Our first assignment together is a missing person commission. There's no need for combat or venturing into any hollows, so it's completely safe. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to test your skill.
Not to be rude to the client, but guiding people through the hollows is what a proxy does. A commission that doesn't even require stepping in one seems kind of...
Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not trying to pass this off on you. Your ability to navigate the hollow is unquestionable. That's what makes a proxy a proxy. But this role involves more than just that, and this commission is a perfect opportunity to demonstrate those other skills. To be honest, the client barely gave us anything to work with, just pieces of info. That's why this is a perfect chance to show off your skills in gathering intel, spotting details, and negotiating.
You've made your point. Guess we can't refuse now.
The client has only provided us with these 3 clues. All we know is that the woman in the photo is your target.
Just a photo. So even the client doesn't know her name, identity, or whereabouts? And
The client doesn't seem to have any more info, though it's possible they just don't want to share. But the client did mention if you get stuck, you should try playing the sheet music with the harmonica. Well then, I'll leave this commission in your capable hands. Keep me in the loop if you make any breakthroughs. Just ping me on Knock.
a single photo and a melody. Feels like chasing shadows. Belle, where do you think we should start?
Maybe we should start with Port Elpis. A woman with her eyes covered isn't exactly someone you see every day. Remember when we went to visit the sea? I'm pretty sure we spotted someone like that back then, remember? I was in a bad mood that day, so you took me to the port to clear my head. We bought some fries, but you were so busy staring at that girl with her eyes covered, a seagull snatched them right out of—
Why do you sound mad? Now that I think about it, that woman did look a lot like the one in the photo. I was just a bit distracted. I didn't mean to stare. Next time I'll make sure to watch my fries. Well, thanks to you, we've got a lead now. Let's head to the port and see. No luck on my end. Belle?
It was wishful thinking to assume that a quick stroll through the port would solve this. But since we're here, might as well give the harmonica a try.
I'll do whatever you say, but Belle, would you mind giving the harmonica a try and—
Wow, you sure know how to set me up. I'm telling you now, though, I can't—
How do I put this? It sounds okay once you get used to it.
Excuse me. Were you the ones playing the harmonica just now?
Sorry, my sister didn't mean to make such a commotion. You're the one in the photo. Sorry about that. I didn't hear any footsteps, so...
My apologies. Moving quietly is second nature to me. I didn't mean to startle you.
Well, the two of us are proxies, and this song was given to us by a client. We never thought it would actually help us find you. Our client is the one looking for you. Why don't we discuss the details some more?
I see. Please lead the way.
Let's head back to the store.
Okay, let's go check in with Shepard. Oh, I almost forgot. Your name...
My real name. I haven't used that in a long time, but I do have a code name.
Miss Caron, I just reached out to the information broker who posted the commission. He should be here shortly, and you'll be able to meet the client soon. Please take a seat on the couch.
Thank you, but please, don't mind me. By the way, the second row from the top on your TV wall, third unit from the left, it has a connection issue. You might want to check it out when you have time.
Let me see. You're right. How did you know? No wonder there's been some lag lately.
I rely on my hearing. I lost most of my vision in an accident. I can just about make out the outlines of my surroundings. To move around like an average citizen, I've trained my other senses to be extremely sharp. I heard a faint buzzing sound. By moving around the room and noticing the change in sound, I was able to pinpoint the location of the faulty TV.
Sorry. I hope my question didn't seem rude.
No need to apologize. Vision isn't the only way to perceive the world. As proxies, you too should know that better than most. Anything that can be seen with your eyes can never be considered a secret.
It's me again! You two found the target already? Wow, Phaethon, you guys are incredible. If you're always this fast, you could take on anything.
High efficiency? It's nothing really.
Where to start? It's great that you were able to find... I can't get in touch with the client anymore. There's been no reply from his Knock Knock account since yesterday. I brushed it off at first. Just when I thought he might have skipped town, his account suddenly sent me a location. The edge of a hollow. Who sends something...
Sending a location from the edge of a hollow? That's anything but normal.
Either way, I'll keep trying to reach the client. I hope he's alright. Let's stay in touch for now. We won't...
Sorry, but I overheard your conversation. Could you share that location with me?
You're Miss Caron? No offense, but the Hollow isn't somewhere just anyone can waltz into. Without a carrot or combat personnel...
I'm a soldier. I served with the Eridu Defense Force under the Chrysoberyl Division. Even after retiring, I've made countless trips into the Hollow. The heart rates of you and the two proxies here seem to have just spiked. Don't worry. My military days are far behind me. As for getting into the Hollow... Proxies, can I request your assistance? I'll pay the commission fee as best I can. If you don't want to be involved...
We'd like to find the client ASAP too. I mean, who's gonna cover our commission fee otherwise? Besides, if we said no...
How did you know?
So that was your plan? You just remind me of how Wise and I used to be. So desperate to find someone that we didn't even care if we... Well, since Miss Caron wants to continue to investigate, I'm willing to act as the proxy for no additional fee.
I see. That works for me. With the client still unreachable, my hands are tied. Please, look into the Hollow.
I'm really sorry for troubling you both. Finding this client is very important to me.
No worries. Seeing how determined you are to find the client, we couldn't just sit by and...
I am the Eye of...
Ready and waiting.
I've got your back. I am the Eye of...
Your fortunes.
Ready for
Awaiting further instructions.
Is the concert starting?
Miss Charon, I need some time to calculate the hollow route. Please wait a moment.
Leave this to me, Proxy. Actually, I've been to this hollow before for reasons. I still remember the way forward clear as day.
Oh? Why don't you wait just a little longer? Calculating the path doesn't take that long.
The path ahead. It should be right around here. I wasn't here too long ago. One moment, Proxy. I might have misremembered. I just need to think. Hold in position.
I'm sure you're well aware that hollows undergo periodic spatial distortions and reconstruction.
Sorry for being so presumptuous, Proxy. I got ahead of myself and made things difficult for you.
By the way, Miss Charon, how are you so fluid when you move and fight? Is it because of your sharper hearing and heightened senses?
That's one part of it. In fact, my eyes gained some unique abilities as they changed. I can't see most things clearly, but I'm able to detect the etheric fluctuations of nearby humans, ethereals, and other objects.
All right, I'll take
Copy.
Wait, something's up ahead. What could have happened? Who did this?
Given the depth of the wound and the caliber of the bullet, the killer was a sniper, just like me.
The surrounding ether levels have significantly increased. What's going on? The stage is mine. Hold on. Let me find what's causing the ether level increase. Up ahead, there are multiple devices leaking ether non-stop.
Those are high-pressure ether storage tanks, filled with highly concentrated ether. Yeah.
All high-pressure ether tanks have been disabled. We can keep moving.
Proxy, there are 4 people over here. They're all still alive. I'm not detecting any ether fluctuations from any other life forms nearby.
Great, that's a relief. Charon, can you confirm their condition?
Confirmed. One is seriously injured. A bullet pierced their lung. The other 3? No internal injuries, just a few minor wounds. They're all unconscious, the one with severe wounds. His etheric fluctuations are nearly completely gone.
Who are you? Help me!
There must be something we can do.
His internal organs are ruptured. He'll bleed out long before we can get him out.
Am I...
Heron, are you okay? Did you get hurt?
I'm fine, don't worry about me. As I mentioned before, these eyes of mine have their uses, but they bring just as much inconvenience. The rejection reaction you saw just now, staring into death.
I remember now. There was a madman. A lunatic.
I'm not the lunatic you're talking about. Can you stand? There are 2 more unconscious survivors here. If you can, help us carry one of them. Let's get out of here together.
Leave? We can leave this place? What about that lunatic who shot at me from the shadows?
The culprit should be gone by now. Heron, let's get the survivors out. Follow me.
Thank you all for assisting me, even though I'm a stranger. You've given me valuable information.
It's the least we can do after you.
I do have some questions left to ask. Before that, could the three of you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if there's a pattern to how the killer chose their targets.
I'll go first. My name's Zoe. I used to be a soldier in the Defense Force, but now I'm just working a regular desk job at a private company.
I'm Jesse, currently working as an internaut information broker. I'm still pretty new at it though, so I can't...
My turn? I'm Erin. I was also in the Defense Force, but now I'm Did you see my friend when you were in the Hollow? She's about my height, with shoulder-length blonde hair and a mole under her eye. We were kidnapped together.
If I recall correctly, we didn't come across anyone like that in the Hollow. Am I?
It's all right. I'll keep looking. I hope she's okay. We were always inseparable. We even planned to visit Scott Outpost together for Remembrance Day.
Remembrance Day?
As the name suggests, it's a day organized by the Defense Force for the families of deceased soldiers and veterans. People gather to mourn their loved ones who died in...
I didn't know the Defense Force did that.
If I can't find her anywhere else, I'll head to Remembrance Day alone. Was your missing friend also a member of the... Yes, she and I were in the same squad.
This sounds like a series of murders targeting the Defense Force.
No, you're probably not far off. Jesse claims to have been up front, but he neglected to mention he was once part of the Defense Force. Right, Jesse?
Well... I just don't like bringing up my past in the Defense Force. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. They're just... I was part of Obsidian Division's Knock Squad.
I was also in the Obsidian Division, Impera Squad. I don't know who those who died in the Hollow were, but it seems the...
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, during the fall of the old capital...
We did? I don't really...
I have a vague memory of it, but there were so many people on the mission.
Thank you all for the information. I'm starting to see a pattern in the killer's choice of targets. I came to this hollow because someone I'm searching for sent me its location. And that person was likely being held by...
You're not giving us much to go on. At least tell us what kind of person you're looking for.
Sorry, I don't have much else to share. Even so, if any of you remember anything else that may be useful... You don't even know who they are, yet you're so determined to find them. Is it really going to be an issue if you... Maybe. I've been searching for someone for a long...
I see. Whatever happens...
Thank you. But please, prioritize your own safety. If the killer is targeting former Defense Force members, there's a good chance they'll come after you again. Stay vigilant.
Of course. Once I've checked out Remembrance Day, I'm locking myself in my room and throwing away the key.
Phaethon, you've already been to the Hollow.
Did you run all the way here? Do you need a moment? We've already been to the Hollow, but...
I'm fine.
There are traces left behind. Signs of a kidnap.
It seems the client was kidnapped, brought to the Hollow, and later moved.
Well, just take a look for yourself. I checked a map of New Eridu. This spot.
We've been chasing dead ends with absolutely no clues. And now one—
You're sure it's just a disappearance for now and nothing more serious has happened, right? If that's the case, the situation is still manageable. No matter how shaky the clue is, just be careful. Any casualties and this will become something beyond our control. At that point, stop the commission and contact me. I'll bring in some professional Hollow experts to deal with the situation.
Thank you for not revealing what really happened to that information broker.
Don't mention it. But I have to ask, why are you doing this? Calling for help?
The killer is a sniper who has no qualms about taking lives. Judging by the victim's injuries, it's clear they know how to deal with— Most Hollow Raiders lack experience dealing with snipers. If they encounter the killer, it's likely to end in a difficult fight. Asking for help from others would only delay the search. The client is at risk right now, so I think we should follow the clues and enter the Hollow as soon as possible.
I helped you keep this from Shepard, but I have to admit, it's just too dangerous. What if this lead is a trap? Who even knows?
I understand, I really do. But what if we're late and something—
Why is the client so important to you, Charon? Would you be willing to tell us? Are you so set on finding them because they're connected to the person you've been looking for?
The client's true identity might be the very person I've been looking for. And if not, they most certainly have some vital— Since leaving the military, I've spent years searching for my missing teammates. They were more than just comrades who trusted me with their lives. To me, I've scoured countless hollows and every corner of New Eridu to find them, but I've never found a single lead. Until I met you and heard that melody. It's called Homecoming. My squad leader composed it. Only our squad knew it. And yet that client of yours not only knows the song, but also gave you the sheet. Please, Proxy. This client is the only lead I have left. I'm certain my teammates are still alive. If this trail goes cold, I don't know when I'll get another chance to reunite.
I get how anxious you must feel. Let's face this together. But this time, we really need to be extra careful.
Thank you, Proxy. I feel much better knowing I have your support. You can trust me. I'll protect you if the killer is really waiting for us in the Hollow. I am the Eye of Obel. I've got—
Awaiting further. Is the concert starting?
Looks like there's something here. Is this a communicator?
Yeah! Proxy, look at this. A communicator left right.
Why is there a communicator here?
There's hardly any dust on it.
Ah, such decisiveness. Following random location info without even thinking.
Liar Squad? What?
Sniper. Or should I say Charon now? Haven't you shared your past with our dear Proxy? If introductions aren't your strong, you can call me Grim Vulture, the one behind this string of murders. You see, I've been working my way down a list, crossing off names, and
Looks like you've done your homework on me. Just because my presence interfered with your plan, you've decided to take me out for good?
I thought you were just going to be another obstacle in my way. And now, with you in my sights, this must be some kind of...
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm looking for someone. Given that you're waiting at the hollow entrance they shared, if you hand them over, perhaps we can make...
So your version of making a deal is stalling for time to locate me and lining up your shot? Can't say I'm surprised. You seem to have rather unique eyes, but you'll never get the chance to hit me.
Seems talking won't resolve this.
Now that's the spirit. If you're looking for someone, why not search? Oh, and I've prepared a little gift for all your trouble.
Yeah.
Watch out for Grim Vulture taking shots from afar.
Attacking from our blind spot.
Oh, is there nothing we can do?
Yeah.
I found a box. Something feels off about it.
You still remember what's inside the box, right? Your loyal teammate's cap, the one Styx always wore. Curious how you guys? I'll tell you. He took his own life. Though it wasn't much different from being owned by ethereals.
Disappointing.
Hope you enjoy.
Ethereals had almost completely taken over his body. He was being corrupted.
Another high-pressure ether tank. And a lot of ethereals have already been drawn to it.
Yeah. We did it, Proxy. Let's keep moving.
Acheron's favorite gloves. It wasn't easy getting my hands on them. As expected of such a famous, beautiful commander, even her gloves are stylish. Such a very... was her hands dancing. Don't you think that's a shame, little sniper?
Careful.
Such beautiful hands. People could no longer hold her. Ethereal's gnawed off her arm. It's part of her weapon as well.
Think for wind. Yeah. An opening.
But she still has the backbone. She's still tall, even in... It's just as I said. She died from multiple fatal wounds. Even the most beautiful flower will wither without protection, won't it? Now, do you think I'm telling the truth or a lie this time?
How long do you intend to keep up this game of cat and mouse? I'll be coming to your hideout soon. Wipe that smile off your face and wait. Wait and see.
Congratulations! You found the third box. Inside is... Who was it again? Oh, there weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together. They're just a medic and an engineer. Not exactly combat material, right?
Enough already! Using her squad mates, her family to mentally torture her?
Oh dear. Did I go too far? Oh, my sincerest apologies. Relax. The person you're looking for isn't here. And those are just fakes. I didn't actually take them from her comrades. Her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow, after all. How could I possibly have... Oh, a decisive strike to be sure. But as I've already said, you're...
I didn't expect to kill you so easily. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I thought you knowing my past makes me feel sick. But after seeing that you're just a coward who feels fear from another's...
Coward, you say? How fascinating. You were a little... I know your composure is nothing more than a facade. You've never truly...
Charon and I both believe her squad is still alive. Why are you so fixated on Charon? Just because she used to be in the defense force?
Nothing to do with it. Then why don't you go ask her about it? What surprises me more is you actually believe her teammates are...
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will. Those so-called alive squad, when the old capital fell, countless Defense Force soldiers were either killed by ethereals or became them. The surviving soldiers, struggling obviously, her squad mates, the members of Liar Squad, were among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive. Even going as far as to deceive...
I didn't lie to the proxy. They're alive.
I could never understand? You think it's hard to understand your childish thought process?
My eyes. I lost nearly 90% of my vision during the fall of the old capital. Every second of every day for years, I've seen my squad mates. Not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They're alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I...
That's your proof? Did you hear that? Proxy hiding in the bamboo. She spent years chasing after people who couldn't. You'd rather believe those visions of your teammates are real-time projections than accept that they're dead. What if I told you the way I described their deaths before you finally face reality? Or will you keep fooling yourself, believing in ghosts?
I'm not lying to my...
Really want to find your squad mates who have been missing for years and were officially declared dead? You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself, to give yourself some so-called reason to go on, to latch on to any stupid excuse. You're just a selfish, naive coward. Giving up already? At least you've got a shred of dignity left. Nothing to...
Charon is not a coward. Someone who'd enter perilous hollows just to find what they seek? Someone who'd play music to console a dying soul? Just at the very least, she's far braver than a criminal like you, who hides in the shadows.
Proxy,
Your proxy sure has a way with words.
I've completed analysis of the surrounding fissures. Charon, snap out of it. We can use that.
Fissures? When did you...
Charon, do you want some hot cocoa? I'm sure you're exhausted after such a tough...
thanks, but I'm fine.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture. They'd say anything to get under your skin. Once we start doubting the truth, we've fallen into their trap.
No, Proxy. I think Grim Vulture has a point. Maybe it's all just in my head, the things Grim Vulture left. When I touched them, I was reminded of the day the old capital fell. I felt the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade. I tried to shake off that feeling, but the truth is, I can't stop thinking about the
Would you be willing to share more? What really happened to you and Liar's?
that day. In the first hour, Hollow Zero started expanding. Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought Liar Squad was among the first troops sent there. Before we left, our superiors promised reinforcements would be on the way to support us in combat, but soon after we began the mission, we realized things weren't going to go like we thought. The ethereals came at us like an endless tide. The Hollow expanded beyond control, and more importantly, the reinforcements never came. The Defense Force troops outside the Hollow soon realized this was no ordinary disaster. Hollow Zero was devouring Eridu at horrifying speed. The reinforcement plan was called off, and the promised troops reached. Honestly, even if they had come to help, it wouldn't have changed anything. I watched as members of the advanced force around me died one after another, or were corrupted into ethereals. Our squad slowly lost the strength to maintain formation. I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an ethereal hit my eyes, corrupting them. Because of that and several other wounds, I shortly lost consciousness. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision, I briefly regained consciousness. The last thing my eyes saw was my squad mate standing in front of me. Looking back, when I woke up again, I was already back at base. The higher-ups detonated the Shiryu pillars, and finally managed to bring Hollow Zero under control. I don't know who rescued me from the Hollow, but none of my squad mates had made it out. For some reason, the image of my squad mates being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think? They must have continued fighting after I fell unconscious, eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force, left to wander between the various hollows of New Era. The Defense Force? Civilians? No one believes me. So I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes, it's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive. Am I wrong, Proxy? Are they... I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof my squad mates are still alive is just wishful thinking. But if they're really gone, why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain? If they're truly no longer alive, how can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so... Their faces are all so blurry. I can't see their expressions. I can't even bear to look at them. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Kiran, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Wise and I will never dismiss your determination to find your squad mate. You don't need to make any justifications, because someone close to us is missing too. And we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand. But I also think being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
Belle is right. Listen, Charon, you're such a kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone and blame yourself when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own.
Yeah. Right now, the best thing you can do is trust us. We can be sure that Vulture hasn't killed the client yet. As long as we have that lead, there's still hope. No one can dismiss your determination or will. No matter how things turn out, we'll stand by your side and we'll face it together.
Proxy, thank you. I feel better now. At the very least, I want to keep investigating.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Did you go investigate that new hollow? Oh, never mind. The client just shared an...
They're pretty eager, huh?
No, it's not a hollow. If I'm reading this right, this location is Scott Outpost.
Scott Outpost? Isn't that managed by the Defense Force and White Star Institute? What's Grim Vulture?
It's Remembrance Day. Don't you recall what Aaron said before? They're holding an event right...
So, they're not trying to lure us into a hollow this time.
Whether it's a provocation or a trap, I'm not missing any chance to face Grim Vulture.
Miss, I'm sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out.
I'm really sorry. Zeta was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand. And I haven't...
No, she was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the ethereals.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could
In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here...
I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander even after all this time.
You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Stitch, just look all around you. Everyone standing before you is a After my husband passed away, Zeta and I received survivor benefits. And with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed. Styx always wanted our daughter to study art, and Zeta's interested in it too. Now, that dream has become a reality. She just got accepted.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through. One day...
Thank you for always being by my husband's...
Well, I suppose you must have heard of...
Ethel, Cocytus used to tell me about you. He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for...
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. I used the benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue.